Hello everyone, my name is Tisra and welcome to Not Total War. This is an amazing little game, it's an indie game, that is called, as you can see, This War of Mine. This game is a resource management slash survival game. And the setting is quite interesting. It takes place during the Siege of Sarajevo, during the Yugoslavian wars on the 90s, in the 90s I guess. And your goal is very simple, survive the war. You're not a fighter, you merely want to survive, and you also want to make sure that as many people as possible survive and not kill themselves or get killed by anyone else. So I actually really wanted to make a playthrough of this game, or whatever you want to call it, a let's play I guess, when this game came out, but I never got around to it. But right now, nothing much is going on my channel, so I thought, hey, this might be as good a time as any. So, this game is, it is a hardcore game, but what's the name for it? Iron Man? Whatever, it autosaves, so this is gonna be interesting. I have completed this game. I have made it to the end of the war, but just been noted that there's quite a lot of saves coming, I'll freely admit that. So, yeah. So, let's go on with another try. Which means, basically to start a new game when you already have a save. No matter. So, what is all of this? Well, we can basically choose what kind of arrangement of people we want to have, and let me just see about this. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I definitely want to have this guy, which is actually that guy. Yep, that seems good. So, this game takes two phases. First, what we're going to start in, which is the day phase. And afterwards, we're gonna get to the night phase, when we venture out and try to collect resources. So, first off, we have a lot of untapped potential in this game. In this house, I mean. So there are a lot of resources just laying about. We have not scoured this house for its resources, we have just moved in, apparently. So, how long has this siege lasted? It's hard to say when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers, shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work, there's a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Mark have always been good friends, so when the war broke out, they decided to stick together. They met Pavle while scavenging for supplies. He used to be Perogan, which is the fictional name of the city. But it is confirmed that, yes, this is indeed supposed to be Sarajevo. He used to be Perogan's star football player. Now he's just another homeless victim of war. So they teamed up, hoping for the best. Well, so, we have a limited amount of time before the night phase begins. So I'm just gonna send pretty much everyone over to start to look for supplies. So we have small piles like this. This guy's a skilled scavenger, which will be of use later. And we can select all the individual characters and use them to scavenge. So this is our things collectively, and this is what I search right now. So I'm gonna grab all and take it. So let's get you guys, let's get you over and start to clear this pile of rubble. That door is locked, I need a lockpick to get into that, or a crowbar, alternatively. So you can start clearing that instead. You can take a look at that. So, something that is a high priority is to make a bed. Ideally 2 beds. So we're gonna do that. But first, we're gonna scavenge quite a bit, because we have quite a lot to do before we have cleared all of it out. So just grab all the materials. Don't really have to worry about all of the functions as of right now. I got a lockpick, so do I want to use that immediately to get through that door? I might have to, because I don't have that many other places to go. I don't have to clear that, because I can... well, after he's done with that, I can just get down there. You know what? Yeah, you can start tearing down that thing. And you're feeling slightly sick already? Oh dear. So, there are different states that the characters are in. And right now he is slightly sick, which means that he needs medication. Which we can find in this handy medicine closet. I don't have any medicines right now. And this is the fridge, I barely have any food. So that's gonna be my priority once I go out and scavenge. So let's go down here to a work table and start building some stuff. So here we go. We have a few options. And I gathered quite a lot of, what's the name of this? Just components. And wood. So I can build... well, I can almost build 2 of them. So that is actually pretty good. And I think with the things we will be getting out here, I should have enough wood. So where do I want this sleeping quarter to be? I guess it could be just here. Actually, can I? Yes, I can. So there definitely is enough space here. So place that there and get that started. And that's going to take an hour. And what do you know? Yet more wood. And another lockpick. So let's grab that. And go up in the sweet little treehouse we have. And grab all that is there. You're still digging away. Clearing rubble like this takes quite a long time. Usually. So he's gonna be at it for some time. You can go down there and try to lockpick that. You're still working on that bed. Nice. And you're slightly wounded. Wow. This is not a good starting position. Thankfully you are not damaged in any way. Yet. So, go back there. And after I've grabbed this... ooh, books. That can be useful later on. Especially to replace with something more useful. So when we're in menus, I think the time freezes. Or does it? It's actually a bit hard to tell. Oh well. So here are the items I can make for now. We do get access to additional items later on, but I would have to upgrade my workbench. So hopefully we will get to that point. But anyway, what can I make here? Well, I can make a bed, as I've already shown. And I think 1 bed is actually enough for now. So, other alternatives. Simple heater, we don't need that right now. Hopefully we won't ever need that, but we probably will. So, more important stuff is this thing. Rainwater collector, which will supply us with the water we need, which is essential for cooking. So, you know what? We have enough resources for that. So I'm gonna make that and place it... actually, you don't really need to place it anywhere where it would make sense to place a rainwater collector. You could pretty much just place it anywhere. So I'm gonna place it... could place it right here in the front hall. Actually, I can't because there's no space for that. Yeah, that seems like an okay place to have you. So let's get you down there. Up there, sorry. So what are you doing? Very little. Well, do we have more piles that can be cleared? Yeah. We do have some. So, question is, do we want to go all the way up here or down here? Well, we need an additional lockpick to get to this. So I think for now, we want to head downstairs. And we might want to clear that out just to get easier access to the rest of the house. Is that locked? No, it isn't. Great. So open that. And we got, ooh, jewelry, which is very, very handy. Well, it's actually useless, but it's an amazing item for trading, which we will see eventually. Also, to work this rainwater collector needs an additional item that I'm gonna make rather quickly. Let's see. There we go. It needs one of these, which takes 3 components. So for now, I guess we could make 2 of them. That's fine by me. You can start clearing that, and we're getting close to nighttime. So we can get to show you, so I can get to show you that phase of it. It is taking long without a shovel. Yeah, that's an issue. So, clean water, which is essential for preparing food and making alcohol. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I forgot something that is rather essential. I thought this was already in place, but yeah. So we need a lot of materials on the first night. A lot of components. A crude stove, which is amazing for making food. Well, pretty much you need this for making food. Your characters do get hungry, and they can die from starvation. It does take a while, but unless I make this tomorrow, then I'll have a huge issue. So yeah. Also, we are almost at our time, and there actually aren't much more I can set these guys to do. So I think, well, actually, let's take a look at our items just before we do that. So we have 2 raw foods, which is which will fill. No, it won't. Well, you can eat it, I believe, but it's not as filling as prepared food actually is. Herbs, something that will become useful later on, is not really useful immediately. You have to do some things in order for it to be viable, I guess. Herbal medications, all of that, that's part of another thing, which I can't access right now. Materials, parts, which is also another component you use to build stuff. Fixing complex devices, definitely. So, wood and electric parts, which is a bit like this. So you really have 4 main kinda things to build stuff out of, with wood and components being the major stuff. This book and jewelry, this one is good for basically keeping your guys, well, basically for making them have stuff to do. And jewelry, amazing for bartering. And yeah, another filter. Also, we have some thoughts, which is, well, it says, if I remember correctly, it says stuff you know. It also says stuff that could be improved, and things that definitely needs to be done something about. So, our shelter is one depressingly ugly ruin, we should do something about it. Yep. We only have 1 chair, which is sufficient for now. We only have 1 bed, we could use more, definitely. It's hard to get a good night's sleep on hard cold concrete. We don't have a radio, we don't know what's going on in the city, we really miss books. Well, we do have a book. Probably should get more of them to satisfy this, or it hasn't updated yet. I'm actually not sure. Staying here is slightly better than living on the streets. We are bridged in the walls, our shelter is not safe, and we have to constantly be on guard. Yeah. So we can patch up the shelter a bit, but not right now, because we need to upgrade the workbench, which is gonna take a few components, and I have other stuff that needs to be prioritized. So that's not gonna happen, not immediately. So I think, oh, it's actually 7 p.m, not 6 p.m. Oh, maybe 8. Anyway, yeah, is it 8? I think it's 8. So 8 p.m, not 6 p.m. But let's just end the day now. So, we have a skill scavenger, which is good, because he has more room to carry stuff. What does that mean? Well, basically, look at this. This is the amount of bag space your character has. So, as you can see, Marco has 15, which is quite good and a lot better than Bruno, but Bruno is really a good cook and not that much else. He is slightly wounded though, so really medicine would be, well, not medicine, but the bandages would be quite good to get here. Pavle is a fast runner, which means that he doubles well as a scavenger, although he doesn't have that much bag space as Marco. So he's gonna scavenge tonight. And Bruno, you can get better by resting. You can't really get better by resting, I believe. So you are gonna sleep in a bed, and you are gonna guard. I can't send the two to scavenge, by the way. It kicks the other one off. So I can try to have him sleep, but he will sleep on a concrete floor, and he basically won't get quality sleep. It's the same as if I try to feed these guys raw food instead of cooked food. It does feed them, but not as well as well prepared food would. So that's the difference between sleep and sleeping in a bed. So have him guard, and then to all of this. These are locations I can choose to scavenge, and right now this is the default one, and the description is: the neighborhood recently got shelled and many houses are still burning. People were fleeing for their lives in a hurry, so we may find some useful stuff there without meeting anyone. So this, in all of my playthroughs, I believe, all of my attempts, this was empty, meaning that there aren't any people there. But we will run into people eventually, and most of them are not going to be that happy about having stuff taken away from them. Anyway, so we are going to begin here, and we can take a look at what actually exists there. Lots of food, huge amounts of materials, lots of med, huge amounts of weapons, which is not that useful really, but lots of parts. So lots of meds, I'm gonna go there. Also, it's a good first place to really show off what this phase really is all about. And Decrepit Squat, which has huge amount of materials, lots of weapons, lots of parts. So not as rich as the Shell Cottage, and a semi-detached house. Huge amount of food, lots of meds, huge amount of weapons. Yeah. And yeah, danger. Because of they are living, yeah, half of it is in ruin, but they are living in the other half. We could probably scout the abandoned part for supplies if we manage to sneak past the inhabited part, which is not easy. So yeah, that is all of the 3 locations we have available to us right now. We will get more later on, but right now, let's prepare. So I can actually bring things in, and why would I want to do that? Well, basically, if I want to pick a lock, I can do that. I can bring lockpicks, that is. And also if I want to break in doors, I can get a crowbar. And finally, well actually not finally, but I can also get a shovel to clear debris. But we don't need anything of that. Also, we don't have any of that, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So this is a stealth part, which is not really going to be a stealth part because this is not inhabited at all. But we're gonna go ahead and search. So as you can see here, yeah, let's grab all of that. As you can see right there, that is the sign that this guy is hearing noises inside the house. So that means that there may be people living there. There aren't any people living there. There are only rats there. I think we'll leave that for now. But yeah, that is how you locate other people within a house, as it were. So, ooh, there we go. Quite a lot of good food stuff, although we don't need that much sugar. So I'm gonna grab all of that. And all of that. I don't really need herbs. But water. I'm gonna grab all of that water. sugar, I can come back for that later. That's not the priority right now. So I'm gonna leave that. And then search through this. More water. Good. So our inventory is filling up rather quickly. But yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, here we go. So, basically, you have two classes of medication, I guess. And this is kind of the homemade variety, which is not amazing, but it may do the job. So I'm gonna grab all of that. And then, get up here. Yeah, by the way, if I click once, I'm gonna walk to an objective. Oh, never mind. If I click once, show me. There we go. I'm gonna walk, but if I double click, I'm gonna run. And you don't want to run unless you really want to attract attention or you are fleeing, typically. Oh, I cannot grab all of it, but I'm gonna grab a few of these things. And I have a few things I can do here. Apparently I cannot open this. Yeah, it's locked, so I need a lockpick, or I need a crowbar. So I'll search the basement then. Because I've basically taken all the useful stuff I could take elsewhere. Not hugely useful, but let's grab that. There we go. And let's start to take away all of that, which is going to take some time. And in the meanwhile, yeah, you have two modes while being on a scavenging mission. You can scavenge, which is what I'm doing right now, and then you can switch to a weapon, which right now is my fist, because I don't have any. But you can get guns, and I believe you have a shotgun. Maybe even an assault, yeah, definitely an assault rifle. Bear in mind, it's been a year since I played this game, so some things are coming back to me as I'm playing. There's also a run to exit button, which is quite handy. And also, this night phase also has a timer. And if you haven't gotten to an exit, which is back here in this case, within this timer running out, then you will not return to your home immediately, which means that this guy is out of use for some time, which, depending on the situation, might be critical. Also, this right here might be locked for all I know, by a lockpick. Yep, definitely. Well, should have gone out here instead. Actually, I can begin that as well. I'm gonna do that. And yes, there's another exit right here. So if I wanted to click this button, after this part is clear that is, he would probably run here. If only I had some kind of shovel. Well, my resources were better used elsewhere, so sorry about that. But this is still quite resource heavy. And moving into this room should give me some more medication. Although I did get some. I didn't get any bandages though, which is annoying. I definitely, well, it's more annoying to start with people that are already wounded and ill. But hey, that's RNG for you. Yeah, this is slightly RNG based. Some of the elements definitely do return in subsequent, that's the word I was looking for, playthroughs. But yeah, some of them are constant, and that's good. Like this house being completely abandoned for one. Definitely a good house to get yourself used to things. Although it doesn't prepare you at all for the potential threats later on. Oh, here you go. So yeah, I can get cigarettes here, which is both useful and absolutely useless. It is definitely useful in the fact that they can be traded, and some of your characters are smokers, and also caffeine drinkers, or coffee drinkers. So there's that. They can also be used for trade, which is very, very useful, eventually. And this is basically ingredients for making more of this. That is a quality roll-up. Anyway. That is not my priority right now. I could get some weapon punch, which actually I think I'm gonna go for. And what was it I needed? Was it wood or was it components? I'm actually not sure. But you know what? Let's grab that and hope that that is enough for now. Yeah, right now I have a full inventory. Although not fully stacked, but I'm gonna go for this. Gonna go for this herbal medication. So let's exit that and run to exits. And there we go. So Marco is back. And the game is auto-saving right now, and after the second day is over and the second night begins, it is not actually auto-saving. So I am gonna end the first part here. So that is pretty much it, and it does get a lot more complicated later on, which hopefully you will stick around to take a look at. So if you did like this video, like it, please, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you really want to see the rest of this series. So that is it for now. As I said, there's no use in playing this day because it won't be saved, and I definitely want to go through another night phase. That'll take quite a bit of time, and that will go over my time I have available to record right now. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.